this amid growing concerns about bird flu outbreaks. The Biden administration announced a multi-million-dollar investment in our nation's response efforts. The White House will spend $306 million on improving hospital preparedness, research, and testing. The Biden administration plans to distribute that money before President-elect Trump takes office. So far, 66 cases of the bird flu have been reported in humans. It's important to note none of those cases are from Illinois, but with people in neighboring Wisconsin and Michigan testing positive, there are real concerns about bird flu spreading here. And Dr. Chris Jakes with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources joining us now live to discuss. Doctor, thank you for being with us here. First of all, if you could give us, just a quick overview of what exactly is avian flu and what are the symptoms and the treatments.
Yeah, I mean, avian influenza, you often see the acronym AI, which is, shorthand for avian influenza. It's basically it's a virus, or it's a series of viruses that are very common in wild bird populations, especially waterfowl and shorebirds. And these AI viruses are identified by a couple of different groups of proteins that the body produces, and those include H and N proteins. And it's the combinations of these different H and N proteins that create the subtype of virus. So, and there's a lot of different subtypes of this virus out there. And generally speaking, birds, you don't generally see any signs of infection or any signs of disease in most birds. It just so happens that, in rare instances of cases, it does impact some bird populations.
I want to talk about transmission, but is it the same strain that we've heard so much in the news about, and as it relates to chickens and the price of eggs, because birds have to, be exterminated because of the virus?
It is. I mean, so this is one of those rare strains. It's the H5N1 strain that leaves some populations of bird wild and certainly domestic birds vulnerable to infection. Yeah.
Okay, we're talking now about the human transition part of this. Again, I mentioned Michigan and Wisconsin. Is it your opinion that it is a matter of time before we get a human case in Illinois, or is there something different that happens in our state that has made that not the case?
I don't know that it's anything different in Illinois, but it's just the fact that it's the likelihood of transmission to people is just so low. When you open 65 cases since circulation of HPAI back in 2022 in the United States, and of those, only 14 cases in the past 30 days across 9 states. Illinois just happens to be one of those, but still very, very uncommon to occur in people. And when it does occur in people with proper, intervention and treatment, it's usually of very low impact to people.
Is it an antibiotic, and is that why it's so important to see this commitment of resources from the Biden White House?
Yep, it is. So I mean, the signs of HP or AI infection, it's an influenza virus. So it's much like the common flu that we are susceptible to on an annual basis with, fever and cough and sore throat and runny nose and body aches and body chills and eye irritation and redness and vomiting and diarrhea, much like you would experience with the common flu. So,
and what about other animals? I know a lot of viewers have cats at home. Is there some concern about cats getting infected?
Cats, domestic, it has been documented, HPAI, high path AI, which refers to how lethal the disease is to other species that are infected, particularly poultry. So we have a strain of high path AI circulating in wild bird populations and mammals, including some domestic species, dogs and cats. Cats seem to be more vulnerable to infection than dogs. There's only been a few documented cases of dogs in several countries, none in the United States, but there have been 55 or 60 or so cases in domestic cats. And it's thought that domestic cats, just given the diets that they eat a lot of meat, they eat a lot of birds that may be infected with high path, and unpasteurized milk. So they're
Okay.
consuming that at a much higher rate than dogs. So it's thought that maybe these are some of the reasons why cats are slightly more vulnerable than
Understood.
domestic
That's why
dogs.
we want to spread the word. Dr. Chris Jakes with the DNR. So good of you to join us. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.